DCI Delaney.
Sorry. Just catching up on breakfast.
That's very wise. I thought you may want to start with me before I get whisked off to theatre.
Yeah, great. Great.
So, should we decamp to my office? Let me help you. Now, it's Ms. Delaney, isn't it?
Oh, you can call me Ellen.
Sonny Mason presented with lethargy, nausea, vomiting, headaches, photophobia. They're all similar symptoms to meningitis.
I see. Obviously, I'm no doctor, but knowing what we know now, Sonny would have had symptoms of a methadone overdose, such as pinpoint pupils.
Possibly.
Only, I can't see that in the notes. Or maybe I just can't find it. I mean, it all seems a bit complicated to me.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, not with you.
Well, it is very complicated. See, a kid comes in bad shape. The mother is very upset. She's distressed, and everyone's on edge. Kid starts to get worse, pressure's on. You think it might be meningitis, so you run the test, and the lab lose the test, so you action the tests again, and then kid starts to look a bit better. You think, oh, good. Kid gets worse again. Kid crashes. All hands on deck. We lose the kid. And then shift's over, and you realize what you should have done in the first place.
So, what are you saying?
I'm saying that people think that medicine is an exact science. It's not. Doctors are human. They make mistakes.
Of course. Yeah, I understand. Although you weren't actually there at the time, were you?
No.
So really, this is just you speculating, isn't it?
Yeah, based on what I...
Because what I just can't quite get my head around is why Dr. Young suspected meningitis, considering this was her niece and her sister's a heroin addict with a regular supply of methadone. Do you see what I'm struggling with here?
We lost her so quickly. When they go, they just go. I had no idea about the hole in the heart.
But at the end of the day, she wouldn't have died from the hole in the heart if it hadn't have been for the methadone, right?
Right. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen the post-mortem.
So you didn't know about Sonny's heart condition? Is that because you're not in touch with your sister?
Not very close, no.
Oh?
It's a difficult relationship.
Sure, because of the drugs.
Well,
you did know she was on drugs. And although you knew she was taking drugs, you still tested Sonny for meningitis.
I wasn't sure. I had to cover all...
Because it says here that one of your consultants did ask you to order a tox screen.
I was very upset. My sister was very upset. I did everything I could. Everything.
So you said. Oh, all that's left is for Mr. Griffin to corroborate that, right?
Right.
I wanted to give you these. Some of Sonny's things. We're hanging on to the clothes, but we finished with these. As your sister's indisposed and your next of kin.
Thank you. What will happen to her? To Hannah?
Well, that depends, doesn't it?
On what?
On what we find here. But I'd say she'll probably get herself a nice plea bargain, claim some sort of hardship, and then in 2-3 years max, she'll be out. Not much, is it? Then she can have some more kids.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to be somewhere. Dr. Young?
Right, I'm ready.
So, DCI Delaney, I'm glad we got to the bottom of this. It's just a shame we had to put Dr. Young through the mill.
We've got a job to do. I'm sure you can appreciate that.
As do we. Now we can get on with it. Ms. Delaney's taken a statement from Mr. Griffin. He's taken full responsibility. Yes, of course, he should, being the consultant in charge that evening.
Sonny Mason should have been sent to paediatrics.
But they were busy. Harsh reality of being understaffed and overpopulated. I'm sure you can imagine the private hell that Dr. Young went through. She probably thought that she should...
Close ranks?
Well, you'd know about that, wouldn't you? You have perfected that somewhat in the police force.